The Department of Public Health and Human Services is pleased to bring you Aging Horizons. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, fraud, legal issues, veterans benefits, and caregiving. Aging Horizons is a program dedicated to inform and prepare Montanans on these timely issues, making a difference to you and your loved ones. Here now is today's program host.
Hi everyone. Today on Aging Horizons, we're going to be talking about a pretty important program, and it's about personal care and assistance. We're going to be talking with Mary Lou McKelvin out of Roundup, Area 2. It might not look the same way in your area, but this is one example of how you can expect personal assistance to be. Stay with us.
Can you say ombudsman?
Ombudsman. Ombudsman?
Uma Doodlesman? Fortunately, you don't have to say it right to get the help of a long-term care ombudsman. If you or a loved one reside in assisted living or long-term care, an ombudsman can help resolve any issue. And these services are completely free and confidential. Now, why don't you try that again?
Ombudsman.
Did you just text me?
I didn't want to disturb you if you were sleeping.
Sleeping? I'm sitting right next to you, silly.
There you are. Hey, I found a couple of Medicare helping programs online that I think we ought to look into.
It says if we qualify, we can get help paying for our prescription drugs. Oh, and there's a program that can help pay our Part B premium.
To learn more about extra help and Medicare savings programs, call your local SHIP counselor today.
Maybe I better text him.
Here in Montana, we love our outdoor activities. Unfortunately, few of them are risk-free. Indeed, Montana is second in the nation per capita in head injuries that can destroy the lives of people we love. That's why you should insist your family always wear protective helmets. But you can do even more. When you fill out your vehicle registration this year, circle the Y and donate $1 to support traumatic brain injury prevention and education. Now that's using the old noggin.
You've probably seen some big-name celebrities on your TV lately talking about all the Medicare benefits you're missing out on. But the insurance companies who are paying for these ads may be pushing benefits not available in Montana. Fortunately, help is available from a friendly state health insurance assistance program counselor who can help you sort it all out. It's free, and we screen everyone for eligibility regardless of your zip code. It's Montanans helping Montanans. Call today.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Aging Horizons, brought to you by the Department of Public Health and Human Services. I'm your host, Kimmy Everman, and today we're going to be talking about personal assistance. You know, we all probably are going to need that in our lifetime, and it's really something important to know about, especially if there's a caregiver in your life that may need some kind of direction or support. Now, the programs that offer personal assistance are different all over Montana, but today we're going to be talking with someone from the Roundup area, Area 2, and that's Mary Lou McKelvin. Murray, nice to have you back.
Great to see you today, Kimmy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as I said, this is not the same in every area of Montana.
Right.
We're using, just today, we're going to present one example of a program that might help someone with personal assistance. And the one that you work with, Mary Lou, is called the Community First Choice Self-Directed Care Personal Assistance Service.
That is correct.
Okay.
It's quite a mouthful.
It is. Please tell us what that's all about. Just the sort of the basics of the program. Why do we need it, and what is it?
Sure. The Community First Choice Self-Directed Personal Assistance Service, which we shorten to CFCPAS because, of course, that whole long name is very hard for most of us to get out, much less people who aren't in the business of talking about the program. And it's an entitlement program that's been designed to provide long-term supportive care in the home setting, As we're all aware, nursing homes are incredibly expensive, as well as many of them have closed down over the last few years, which is very concerning for family members, children my age, for our older parents, just wanting to look at a place. How do we take care of mom and dad out there? And this is one of those services that is great to be able to provide for your loved one. It is an entitlement program designed to provide long-term care, supportive care in their home. And so these programs enable thousands of elderly and disabled folks to remain home. And the type of care authorized is tailored to each individual. And so Laura here at Area 2 Agency on Aging goes out into the communities, to the homes, visits them, and creates a person-centered plan to help them be more independent in their homes and find out what their needs are, their living situation, and the availability of caregivers in that area.
Now, and that's a biggie, isn't it, Marie Lou, is the availability of caregivers?
Well, just like we're all seeing a shortage of people filling out applications for jobs, this program is really geared around families coming together, neighbors coming together to help individuals, because you can hire a family member. You cannot hire a spouse, but you can hire a family member, a neighbor, to come in and be that personal assistant. They're not going to be your nurse, but they are going to help you with daily living that helps you remain comfortable in your home. It gives you that lifestyle that you want to be able to stay in your home with your things. It provides assistance through personal care attendants that you, the individual, hires, and they will help you to function in everyday life. Our program staff has the knowledge and experience and skill to assist our members in maximizing, and by members, we mean the clients who are needing the assistance, to maximize their choices in controlling their healthcare needs. Can I tell you about some of the services available?
Oh, please do. That was probably my next question.
I'd be delighted. Something that the CFCPAS program include activities of daily living. You will hear medical professionals use the term DLs for everything. So whether you are on Medicare or Medicaid, ADLs are the things that doctors and physicians' assistants, people in your life, help promote you to have a more active life. So activities of daily living are things like bathing and dressing and grooming, toileting. Who knew that would become a verb in our life? And yet eating, medication assistance, ambulation, which basically means moving around, getting maybe to your wheelchair or from your favorite seating area in your living room into your wheelchair or up to your walker, and being able to make it back to your bedroom for bedtime. And also exercising. And of course, medical escort is also available through these personal assistants coming with you to your medical appointments and just coming alongside you to help you live a better life in your own home.
You know, it sounds just awesome, Marie Lou, and I think that what we want to suggest is, again, I'm going to make clear that not every part of the state has your program, but they have something different that they might be able to offer. So what you want to do is we're going to run the number on the screen. If you're not from Area 2, from the Roundup area, you can call that number and they can direct you to the agency that can help you figure out this kind of service for your own home. Marie Lou, that just sounds awesome, and I can't wait to hear more about the program, because there is some hard stuff too. Well, no, not hard stuff. The person has some obligations, the customer, yes. And we'll talk about that when we come back. But I think it's an incredibly empowering situation, or can be, if people want it to be. So folks, we have a whole lot more to talk about. Please stay with us.
Elder abuse is a growing problem, and it's happening right here in our Montana communities. at least 1 in 10 older adults are victims of physical or emotional abuse, financial exploitation, or neglect. To get help or report elder abuse, call your local area agency on aging or Adult Protective Services at 1-844-277-9300.
Every 65 seconds, someone is affected with Alzheimer's or other dementias. Many become isolated at a time when help is most needed. If you or someone you love is affected, help is available, both for people with memory loss and their caregivers. Memory loss can feel frightening, but you are not alone. Call the free 24/7 Alzheimer's Association helpline, 800-272-3900, for guidance and support.
You mean I can get help paying my prescription drug premiums?
Let me get this straight. I could be eligible for help with my family's prescription premiums even though I own my own home?
And our assets won't be counted.
If you're a Montana resident enrolled in the Medicare prescription drug program, you could be eligible for help paying your premiums. Call or visit the Big Sky RX website today to find out, even if you think you're over income.
What do you know about that? I'm eligible.
When I found out it was diabetes, my first thought was, Barb, you need help. You have to take control of this. There is help. My doctor gave me a phone number. I called and signed up with a diabetes educator. There is help. I have to put blinders on when I walk past the bakery counter. I can feel my blood sugar go up. You succeed a little at a time. If you have diabetes, help is available. You do not have to do it alone.
Ask your doctor about diabetes education or visit montana211.org.
Hi folks, welcome back to Aging Horizons. We're here today with Mary Lou McElvin and we're talking about personal assistance programs. Mary Lou is from the Roundup area or Area 2. So hers is just one example of what might be available for you depending on what part of the state you live in. Mary Lou, welcome back. So good to have you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So let's talk about the sort of application process.
Sure.
And also, let's be sure we talk about what self-directed really means and how that plays into the responsibilities that patient or beneficiary is going to need to pay attention to. So take it away.
Okay. So to be eligible for the Community First Choice Personal Assistance Program, you must be Medicaid eligible. And the member or beneficiary or client has a health condition that limits their ability to perform activities of daily living, those ADLs I was talking about earlier. And the member must participate in the screening process because there's responsibility on the member's part. And then I want to talk about what Area 2 Agency on Aging, what their part is or our part is in this process.
Sure.
And of course, the Medicaid eligibility.
Okay.
Applicants for Medicaid must meet eligibility criteria for the appropriate assistance program. And all people applying for Medicaid must meet an income and resource test. So they talk about Medicaid eligibility, and it's aged, blind, or disabled. Mm-hmm. And age meaning individuals age 65 or older. They must be eligible for Medicaid if their countable income is within allowable guidelines, and every year that changes. So you always want to check in to find out what that is, make sure you're continually eligible. And the resources do not exceed $2,000 for an individual or $3,000 for a couple. Blind and disabled leads into the category of individuals being eligible for Medicaid if they're determined blind or disabled using Social Security criteria. So again, that is not a criteria that we at Area 2 Agency on Aging or any agency on aging determines that. That is definitely a Social Security determination. And if their income is within allowable limits, they may be eligible for this program. And that changes from year to year, again, based on Social Security. So we want to talk about the self-direct service options.
Yeah.
And what is the responsibility of the individual who is accepting the program. It is truly up to you, the person who is wanting a caregiver or a personal assistant to come into your home, to do the hiring, the training, and the managing. And of course, Laura will come alongside you and assist you with some of those things, but truly you are the boss. You are going to tell your personal assistant what it is you expect from them, what days you need them, what hours you need them, and then you're going to assist them with their timesheet, and then they can get that timesheet into Area 2 Agency on Aging, into our offices in a timely manner. And that's all set up with Laura with that program. But our members truly choose their own personal care attendants, and that can be anybody within their family except a spouse. It can be a neighbor, a past coworker, somebody who's helping somebody else you may find that you trust, you'd like to come into your home. And they set their own schedules through the guidelines that are determined by big words, Mountain Pacific Quality Health Foundation. Care assistants earn a competitive wage. So that is a great thing, because for years people have been doing this sort of thing as volunteer for their family members, and now is a way that they can be compensated for it. So that's truly a blessing within the home care way of life that we're starting to see and hoping to have as we go forward into the future, is people being able to stay in their homes independently for longer by having a personal assistant that comes into their home, assists them with their activities of daily living, and that they trust. That is a big part of this. And so remember, you are the boss when it comes to hiring and training your personal assistant, and that does take a level of trust. Personal care care attendants are there to assist you with your personal needs, and our self-directed personal care staff's extensive experience can assist the members in maintaining compliance with this Medicaid program, because as anybody knows, if you're working with a Medicaid program, there is compliance.
Right. Well, and I think it's so important for our audience to understand that, for instance, if that assistant calls in sick, it's up to you, the consumer, to find someone else to fill the shift.
Absolutely.
Or if that person is doing just a great job and you want to, just highlight that to them, that's up to you. You can give them all kinds of kind words and that sort of thing. But also, again, you're in the driver's seat. The consumer's in the driver's seat, and that means that pretty much they need to be paying attention to all of those things we just talked about, and the management of their person. So, well, we have a whole lot more to talk about. I can't wait. And folks, again, like Marilu said, it's like we are living a personal assistance world now. You need the information, so please come back.
Respite care is amazing. If you are capable of doing it, the rewards are beyond measure.
Stephanie Young, respite care provider, on the unexpected benefits of helping people in need.
Being a respite care provider is an amazing experience. It's something that what you give, you get back 100-fold. You receive so much more than you could ever imagine.
To find out how to change lives, including your own, go to respite.mt.gov.
I think the most pleasant surprise when we turned 65 and signed up for Medicare Part B was finding out about our Welcome to Medicare preventive visit.
It was free, and it gave us the opportunity to visit with our doctors and establish a plan for our health going forward.
They reviewed our medical history, measured our height, weight, blood pressure, and counseled us on other risk factors.
To learn more about Medicare's free or low-cost preventive and wellness benefits, call your local SHIP counselor at 800-551-3191. I mentioned it's free, right?
Twice.
This is Bill. He just received his new Medicare card and is following some simple rules to protect himself from fraud. He knows to never give out his Medicare, Social Security, or bank number over the phone. And this is Nancy. She knows that to detect any problems, she always reads her Medicare summary notice or Medicare Advantage EOB to make sure the billing is correct. Both Bill and Nancy know that anything suspicious can be reported to Montana SMP at 1-800-551-3191.
I've been shooting since I was young. It's something I've always enjoyed. I wasn't feeling like myself, but my friend noticed. He asked if he could hold onto my guns temporarily. At first, I was a little shocked, but then I agreed. I think he saved my life that day.
Hi folks, welcome back to Aging Horizons. We're here today with Marie Lou McElvin and we're talking about personal assistance. Marie Lou, great to have you as always.
It's so good to be here always. Yeah, you too.
Okay, so we've talked about what it all looks like. We've talked about eligibility and the fact that, you know, self-direct means it's about you as the consumer really being in charge. So, you know, and also again, I want to mention to the audience that this is just one example of a personal assistance program in our state. It's in the Roundup area, but if you live in the Flathead or if you live in Billings well, you might do Billings, right?
We do. We actually cover 11 counties and the 2 Indian reservations with our programs.
Okay.
Yes.
So forget Billings, Missoula. You live in this other different place. We're going to put the number up on the screen and you're just going to give a call and find out who you need to talk to about getting some personal assistance. So, So Marie Lou, we were talking off camera about, you know, getting to hire someone you already trust maybe as a family member and stuff like that. What else should we know about this program?
Well, I listed off all the things that are activities of daily living, but there truly are some fun things that your assistant can take you with. I'm not sure why taking you to the movies isn't on the list, but that would be my preference as I age. As somebody, please take me. They're going to cut me off popcorn at some point, but I really, really would love to be taken to the movie theater. But they can do limited grocery shopping for you or with you, some light housekeeping and laundry, and of course, we always are talking to people about community integration and how important it is to be social. One of the number one depression factors for seniors is loneliness.
Sure.
And of course, if you're going through any phases of dementia or into the realm of Alzheimer's, it's really important that I don't care what age you are, you really want to get out into your community and talk to people and meet people, go to the senior center. I want to tell you a little story about my dad. He's 85. He's cranky as old get out, retired military. He thinks I'm 15 all the time. And so while it's humorous, it's very realistic to me that he's unstable on his feet. He shuffles. He does use a walker, but he uses it like he puts all of his body weight onto the walker. And so we're constantly worried about him falling. So through this program, he will not, without this program, his thought process is if he leaves his home, he leaves his things behind. And that's very sad to him. My mom and dad were married for 60 years. They traveled all over the world as military family, and they have beautiful things in their home. And he's afraid that if he goes into an assisted living or nursing home, he will not be able to take his things. So he wants to live in his home independently for as long as he can. And so we are really working hard. I have an older brother. We're working very hard to keep him in his home. And by having a personal assistant come in while her children she has young children, it's my niece, they're off at school. She comes in to check on him, straighten up, put the dishes in the dishwasher, give him a little bit of company, but also give him his space. And then he is perfectly capable in the morning of making a list of things he would like her to do. And she can do those things for him. And of course, that does involve that community integration I was talking about, just taking you to the senior center or taking you to Arby's or wherever. I know now everybody's going, where's an Arby's? Certainly don't have one in Roundup, but just taking you out to the community. So get a little bit of socialization going on. It's important to know they are not there to be a full-time housekeeper. They are not there to do a full yard work. But if there are hazardous things in your yard that need to be removed, that maybe they can help you with that or help get somebody in to make it easier and providing a safe access into your home. That's important. Correspondence assistance. I know younger people who can't keep up on their bills because they just get overwhelmed with everything coming at them. And so you're allowed to help them. They're allowed to help you with correspondence assistance. And of course, personal emergency response system is very important. But shopping for non-essential items, they're not there. No, they do not pay for shopping for non-essential items. But popcorn to me right now is an essential item. We'll just keep that up there. They're not there to do your pet care, general transportation, but they can help you with doctor's appointments and things. So just being assured that as a woman almost 60 with a dad who's 85, who's insisting that he live in his home, our biggest fear is that fall hazard. And of course, he is a very generous man, and the ability for him to have somebody who's not really bothering him, but is coming in to just come alongside him and assist him with some daily living things, making sure that, he's able to transfer from his bed to his chair if he's feeling a little stiff or whatever. But those sort of things make all the difference in the world. And we really feel here at Area 2 Agency on Aging, we feel like this program is something that people of a lower income that are on the Medicaid services could benefit from and stay in their home. And that, of course, is a very important service to be able to provide.
Right. Well, who doesn't want to? I mean, for the most part, in our biz, we've talked to a lot of people, haven't we, Marie Lou? And they want to stay in their homes, and so do I. Well, Marie Lou, it has been just a pleasure having you on today, and I hope you'll come back.
It's always a good time, Kimmy.
Yeah, we do have a good time.
Yes.
So thanks for coming on and telling us all about it, and we'll see you next time.
That sounds great, Kimmy. You all have a great day.
Yeah. And folks, remember, even if your area does not have this program, it may have something else. You want to call and find out. For Aging Horizons, I'm Kimmy Everman. Thanks for being with us.
Special thanks to the Department of Public Health and Human Services for their continued support. Hosts on Aging Horizons are program specialists at the Montana Office on Aging. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions. For more information about Aging Horizons, call the Department of Public Health and Human Services toll-free at 800-332-2272.